Hello there. Do you actually need to go on a course for motors? Well, it turns out you actually do, because they're more in depth than you could actually think. So we've been with Jamie Blain on his actual electrical content motors course. Here's a few examples of some motors. I'm not going to spoil it for you and tell you what these motors are. I went into this course without doing any research. I have got a little bit of knowledge on motors, but not a lot. Most of the time I just replace them. But what I personally wanted to find out is how to test them and identify faults better than what I already know. Good thing about this, gave me a chance to practice with my brand new Klein continuity and IR meter, which was beautiful for this exercise. As you can see, we've had a few different rigs and we've all been testing and having some hands-on practical exercises on how to test and identify faults on motors. Here you are, here's me doing the IR testing across the motor itself. Now it's quite interesting when you're doing all this stuff. I didn't know how in depth it could be, but the principles are quite basic once you understand them. And here's some more control gear that Jamie showed us towards the end of the day, which was really interesting. Now, a lot of the stuff that I do, we normally put relays or input-output units to things like this, but it's very, very unlikely that I really get my hands to actually touch any of this sort of stuff in my electrical experience. It's just not something we do as a company. So it was really interesting to actually see it in practice. Here's some more testing of some more motors. Jamie had a massive selection of motors that he'd built himself, or fake motors that we could test, which made it really easy and fun to actually learn the principles of how to test and inspect a motor. And there was just a massive array of components and things, examples. I mean, I've done quite a lot of courses in my time. And then obviously you've got James' caricature online that you see, but I tell you what, he knows how to deliver an interesting course. If you get nothing from it, there's free drinks and biscuits, so let's take one for the road. And of course we had to look at the fire alarm. We can't go in a building and not look at the fire alarm. Now we're going to actually look at how to control a motor with some magical control gear. Here it is spinning. Nice little handy pack to take home. It was a good day. You know, I learned quite a lot. So thank you very much, Jamie. And then here we are just looking at some control gear and how to wire it. And that is a wrap for the day. Now, if you haven't ever thought about controls or motors, there are quite a few different courses that he does. So go on YouTube, have a little research and come and find him.